Hey guys, it's Miss Miners here for another day of Read Aloud. Today is Thursday, September 10th, and we are on our third day of our first week of second grade. So far we have been listening to some stories about first day jitters and about being ourself. And today's story is called The Day You Begin. And it kind of goes along with our story from yesterday about being yourself, but it also talks about jitters and about how you might be a little bit nervous, and it's okay if you're nervous and just really trying to fit in with everyone else. So today's story, like I said, is called The Day You Begin, and our author is Jacqueline Woodson and our illustrator is Rafael Lopez. And before I start reading this one, I want to read to you guys the inside cover. This is kind of going to tell you what the story is going to be about and kind of how to be thinking as you listen to this story. It says, there will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. There are lots of reasons to feel different. Maybe it's how you look or talk, or where you're from. Maybe it's what you eat, or something just as random. Whatever it is, it's not easy to take those first steps into a place where nobody knows you, but somehow you do it. So this story is going to talk a lot about courage and about having courage and being brave in a new environment, which is something that you're going to have to do this year because you're not used to second grade. You're a new second grader and you have a new teacher, you have new classmates, and this is all new to you and it's all new to me too. So that's something that this story is going to teach us about how to kind of get through those scary times and how to make sure that we can make the best of the school year and just being ourselves and being confident in ourselves. And just like all the other ones, we're going to do an activity when this story is over. I want you to really listen to how this little girl makes sure that she is confident in who she is and that she has a great year at school and also makes some new friends along the way. Okay, so The Day You Begin. Okay, so she's going to be our main character right here. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. Maybe it will be your skin, your clothes, or the curl of your hair. There will be times when no one understands the way words curl from your mouth, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. My name is Rigoberto. We just moved here from Venezuela. And because they don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher quiets everyone. Rigoberto, from Venezuela, your teacher says so soft and beautifully that your name and homeland sound like flowers blooming the first bright notes of a song. There will be times when the words don't come. Your own voice, once huge, now smaller, when the teacher asks, "What did you do last summer?" Tell the class your story. We went to France, Shayla says. These shells came from a beach in Maine. A boy named Jonathan holds out a jar filled with tiny shells so fragile they look like they'll turn to dust in your own untraveled hands. My whole family went to India, Spain, South Carolina. Each souvenir a small triumph of a journey. Their travels going on and on. See our main character here. She didn't go anywhere, so she doesn't have anything to share, she thinks. As you stand in front of that room, you can only remember how the heat waved as it lifted off the curb, and your days spent at home caring for your little sister who made you laugh out loud and hugged you hard at nap time. You can only remember the books you kept on reading long after she had fallen to sleep. And in that room where no one else is quite like you, you'll look down at your own empty hands and wonder, what good is this when other students were flying and sailing and going somewhere? There will be times when the lunch your mother packed for you is too strange or too unfamiliar for others to love as you do. When even your own friend Naja will wrinkle her nose and say, "What's in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath the meat and kimchi. You'll wonder why she doesn't remember that rice is the most popular food in the world. There will be times when the climbing bars are too high, the run is too fast and far. The game isn't one you can ever really play. I don't want him on our team. You can watch. Maybe you can have a turn later. There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. And all that stands beside you is your own brave self, steady as steel and ready, even though you don't yet know what you're ready for. So I like this illustration. Take a look at his face up here, but in the reflection, he's smiling and he's got the book open. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you until the day you begin to share your stories. My name is Angelina, and I spent my whole summer with my little sister, you tell the class, your voice stronger than it was a minute ago, reading books and telling stories, and even though we were right on our block, it was like we got to go everywhere. Your name is like my sister's, Rigoberto says. Her name is Angelina too. And all at once, in the room where no one else is quite like you, the world opens itself up a little wider to make some space for you. This is the day you begin to find the places inside your laughter and your lunches, your books, your travel, and your stories, where every new friend has something a little like you and something else so fabulously not quite like you at all. The end. Okay, so the day you begin. So like I said, this one kind of goes along with nerves, but it also goes along with our story yesterday, Be You, because it's talking about it's okay to be different. You need to be confident in who you are, and then you'll learn to love yourself just like everyone else learns to love you. Okay, so today's activity, you are going to need a piece of paper and something to write with. So I have written out, I'll put it here for you guys so you can see it better. I've written out what you're going to need to write. So in this blank space, you're going to draw a picture here and here. So here is going to be the morning. And then down here it says, on the morning of the first day of school, I felt blank. So you're going to copy that, and then you're going to tell me how you felt. And you should already know this based on our first day jitters book. Okay, so on the morning of the first day of school, I felt blank. Then you're going to draw a picture of how you felt. Then you're going to think about how your first day actually went, what you did, maybe your feelings changed. And then over here where it says afternoon, you're going to write, after I finished my first day of school, I felt blank. Now, maybe for some of you, your feelings didn't change. Maybe you were nervous before you started school, and then after you got done with your first day, you were still a little nervous. That's okay. But maybe for some of you, you were scared on the morning of your first day of school. And after you had your first day of school, then you felt excited or happy. Okay? So it's okay if your feelings didn't change, but if they did, I want to know about it. And then you're going to draw a picture of how you felt after that first day of school. Okay? So you're going to fill in the blank here and fill in the blank here. This is before school. This is after the first day of school. And then you're going to draw a picture of how you felt before your first day of school and a picture of how you felt after your first day of school and see how they changed, or maybe they didn't. Okay, and you can always go back to the story and think about how that character changed, or maybe she didn't, and how her feelings kind of made her who she is and how she's going to go on the rest of the school year. And just like all the other activities, I want you to take a picture and put it up on Dojo or send it to me on Dojo, and I'll share it with the rest of the class. And I will see you guys tomorrow